Always go by and see that wonderful white siding and think of you and the great thing. I had a great moment when I stepped out onto the street, and a couple was walking up with their kids, and I started talking to them a little bit, and Dracula came out, and she and her brother were out in the street, and so I introduced them, and they started talking, and one of them was a boxer, another one went to the same gym. They started talking, and I kind of faded back, and I looked at that, and I thought, with all the tremendous physical structures being built, that told the story of what was happening. One neighbor walking out into a peaceful, beautiful street, talking to another neighbor, and building community. And when you stop and think about how much incredible progress there's been here today, I am deeply, on behalf of everyone in this community, so grateful to Habitat and the Carters for coming here. Thank you for doing that. And so grateful to the neighbors who have gone through this long period of time. I do think that one of the things that made me feel best is yesterday at the lunch when we asked people to please don't come here just for a day or a week and do phenomenal things, but stick with us. There was a huge acknowledgement and round of applause on that. People get it. And I think one of the things that's so important about this story is that this didn't happen overnight. This has been years in the works, and in those early years when tough things were happening here, and we had to do things like acquire property and take people to court and go through offender lists in prison and all sorts of really tough things, and you didn't see the progress yet, people rightfully looked out and wondered when progress was going to come here. Well, physically now you see this here today, and it's incredible. But there will be days where there will not physically be progress, weeks and even months when you don't see anything. But the key to whether we are successful or not is when one neighbor goes outside of their house, talks to the next neighbor, and together they do a project on their house, or they just say, I'm here in tough times with you. These incredible neighbors did a great thing yesterday, or 2 days ago, and they said that there's now going to be a bench up on that park that will always commemorate this wonderful day that happened. So when anybody wants to remember what happened here today, they can walk up that hill and get a view of the beautiful skyline, and that will be a wonderful memory. But what's even better is that there's an argument going on downtown. Everybody suddenly wants to have the offices to the north because the opposite is true too. People in those sky rises downtown are all hoping they can have a view of the eco-village every day. That's the kind of progress that we want to see here today. It is true. So my job, by the way, a very quick thing, there was a rumor going around that I was injured on the job yesterday. That is not true. I had an extremely small cut on my finger before I started working. I happened to mention to somebody here, does anybody have a Band-Aid? And the next thing I knew, the CEO of Fairview Health Center came up with a huge Red Cross kit. People are taking pictures, the whole bit. I was not injured on the job. Good work. This was an organized group. What I'd like everybody to do is please open up your program here, because my job is to read the dedication litany, and we're going to do a little church out here on the corners. Okay, you guys know how to do this? I'm going to read the lines in the boldface, and then you're going to come back with me. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do the opposite of that. I'm just testing you to see if you know what you're doing. So I will read the light ones, and then you will read the words in bold. Everybody ready?
You bet.
Today we welcome these families to their new homes.
We rejoice that our labors have built hope and opportunity.
Together we come together to celebrate community.
In partnership, we have found the strength to build homes and transform our lives.
Today we honor our commitment
To wise stewardship of the resources we are given.
Today we commit to eliminate poverty, housing, and make decent, affordable shelter for all people a matter of conscience.
Creating an enduring impact on families and communities.
Today we give praise for the abundant resources you share with all of us.
So we may build a just and equitable world.
Thank you.
All right.